All right. Welcome, everybody, to this episode 93 of the Thoughtium Virtual Roundtable Series. I am Anthony Ewing, co-founder and partner here at Thoughtium, and today I am joined by a leader within our organization, Aishani Gupta, and we'll introduce Aishani here in just a moment. But first and foremost, we want to welcome everybody into the Navigating Now community. Those folks who are tuning in at thoughttium.com/live. We go live to our website every Thursday afternoon at 3 o'clock. We also want to welcome our LinkedIn community, those folks who are stopping by and watching the live stream on LinkedIn. We are so proud to be a part of the beta environment for LinkedIn Live. For those folks who are maybe watching this recorded, welcome. And we just love to show up for our community every week. Week over week, we bring new leaders to the table to discuss topics in leadership, in growth, in strategy, and in community, those topics that matter most, those topics that require a little bit of a different discussion. Today, we're going to change things up a little bit. We decided that, Thoughtium is such an evolving and growing organization that is made of an incredible team. We are now 13 strong, soon to be adding more. We've added a few new folks over even just the course of the last few weeks. And as our team grows and evolves, so does the value that we're able to bring to our community in new ways by way of incredible practitioners like Aishani. And so we want to start to bring our team forward. And we do that in hopes that our community gets a little bit closer to who we are, not just as Thoughtium, the community organizers, but also Thoughtium, the firm, and our work, the work that we love to do every day. And so we thought we would bring Aishani in to tell us a little bit about her and her story, your background, some of your interests, and also what you're really excited about in terms of our work here at Thoughtium. So Aishani, welcome.
Thank you, Anthony. And I'm delighted to be here today. I joined Thoughtium about a little over 6 weeks back, I think, and it's been incredible. It seems like more than 6 weeks, to be honest. A little about me. I'll say I was always that curious child who wanted to do everything, and that's kind of dictated all my decisions in life, personal and professional. So I started out as an English teacher teaching at an orphanage in India, in Delhi, moved on to work with a high growth startup, had an incredible journey, 4 years there, came to the US for my MBA, worked as a strategy and innovation consultant, and finally I'm here at Thoughtium. What I bring here is, I think, my core practitionership of human-centered design and designing just user-centered and thoughtful experiences, businesses, and products. And that's what I bring here.
I love that. You have really gotten that power intro down. Oftentimes it's really hard to articulate who you are in just a couple of sentences. Yeah. And, one of the things that I've just really appreciated about Aishani, and I know the team does as well, is she has such a diverse background. And what I'm learning every day as I work with you more and more, Aishani, is that is really fueled by your curiosity. So, and ultimately that's why you belong here, right?
Absolutely.
Because we're a team of such diverse talents, those folks that have backgrounds, both in and outside of consulting, which is our core work, in and outside of experience design, which is our passion and our practitionership. Everybody just brings a little something different. And so tell us a little bit about how curiosity has maybe fueled you, both personally and professionally, over the years.
Well, yeah. I think just my curiosities that's what brought me to consulting, like at the end of the day. But really, I've wanted to do everything, experience everything. So I think growing up, I was a performer. I wanted to direct films and act. That soon changed into wanting to get into the medical space and become a doctor, to wanting to work in the social sector, to finally showing up in business. And just every decision was based on, hey, I don't know much about business. I don't know what that means or looks like. And that's how I got into it. And then just this my curiosity to constantly learn about new industries, new things that are happening, got me into consulting, really. And I think even personally, I travel. I mean, I have not lived in a city more than 4 or 5 years all my life. So I'm just constantly, every 4 or 5 years, I'm like, okay, what's more? What's the next city I can go to and experience something else?
Yeah,
So,
and how amazing is it that even just over the last few years, our world has evolved to support extreme levels of curiosity in
yes,
terms
yeah,
of the mobility that we have, the autonomy that we have within our careers, and ultimately, for Thoughtium, the diversity of work that we're able to do. Now that the world and our community and our client sets are asking for new challenges, and maybe that's a good segue into a little bit about what you do here at Thoughtium and what you're excited to do here at Thoughtium in your extremely long 6 weeks tenure.
yeah,
What we love to do at the end of the day at Thoughtium is design and deliver great experiences. We are an experience-led management consulting firm. And what that means is, as we work with our clients to build new capabilities in individuals or team capabilities, or even at the organization level, everything that we do is an experience. And that has required a certain sense of design thinking and design principles into everything that we do, whether that's structuring a 90-minute brainstorming session with a client group, or putting together a 90-day accelerated learning pathway for our leaders that we're developing on a day-to-day basis. Aishani, one of the things that we loved about you and your background is the passion that you had for putting the human and the end user at the center of everything that we do. So, but we also recognize that design thinking is a little bit of a buzzword.
yep.
There's a lot of courses on it. You can YouTube it and take lynda.com courses. For you, what has design thinking meant to your work, and how might we apply it to our work here at Thoughtium?
Absolutely. So first of all, I think design thinking is more like it's a toolkit. It's a set of processes and tools that you use in order to help you be more human centered, right? That's the role of design thinking. What does human centered design really mean, or what does design thinking sort of enable, is the ability to understand why are we building something, because the why really informs the what are you building. So even when we're going in and designing an experience, really understanding why are you building that experience, what are you trying to gain or help your user with, that really informs how we build it and what we build out. So design thinking is really just a this toolkit, and you kind of pull out what you need based on what you're working
Yeah.
on, really.
One of our clients that we were working with, and I believe you were on the line just
Yeah.
a couple of weeks ago, described design thinking as an extremely rigorous way of creating all kinds of new opportunity.
Yeah.
So as much as sometimes we think design thinking is getting in a room and brainstorming and all of the post-it notes and the whiteboards and the white space, we also acknowledge and appreciate that the number one principle for design thinking is that it is a process that we can apply, and that's, I know, what you're excited to bring to
Yeah.
our client engagement. So, if design thinking is maybe your standard language, tell us a little bit about some of the work that you've been doing here in just your short 6 weeks at Thoughtium.
Yeah, I feel like there's just the scope to do is so much at Thoughtium. But I have been specifically doing I've been working on a project for strategic blueprinting, which is essentially helping the organization sort of connect the high level strategy to really execution, connecting it with the people on the ground and really translating it into what does it mean on a day-to-day basis for me as, say, a sales rep in the field. What does that corporate strategy mean for me? So helping with that translation. And then there's the accelerator. There's situational intelligence, helping individuals just be able to read people's behaviors and preferences and be able to tweak your communication style based on that. And that's, I think, some of the work I have got started with.
I love that. And
Yeah.
what you did was you touched on almost the two extremes of the spectrum that we cover at Thoughtium in building, organizational direction and
Yeah.
identity and strategic blueprint, down to very individual capabilities and skills that elevate our leaders. And I just love the fact that within 6 weeks, you've not only had exposure, but Aishani, you've also made an impact in both of those areas. So thank you. Maybe lastly, I'll ask, what are some of the things that you're looking forward to at Thoughtium? Because, internally here at Thoughtium, we truly believe and we say that Thoughtium is a platform. This is a standing ground for very talented practitioners like yourself to be able to create and bring new things to life and to market. And I'm curious as to what are some of the things you're thinking about in terms of what you might build or bring to our community here at Thoughtium?
I lead with, during one of my conversations with Norm, he mentioned this. He says, I just know this is the year of abundance. I just don't know what that means. And that's exactly what got me to Thoughtium. The sense of possibilities that are there, the scope of what I could do here, it's just, I don't think there's a limit on that. But I mean, if I had to speak to just in the immediate future, what I see myself doing is definitely kind of getting deeper into the strategic blueprinting process, right? From working, in the clouds and the dirts and the dirt, and I think the accelerator is the other thing I'm super excited about. Particularly leadership accelerator, and seeing how some of the work I've done in the past before Thoughtium and what we're doing here, how we can bring that together.
Yeah. Thank you for that. And I just know that it's your sense of curiosity that I think will guide your work here at Thoughtium, and it will also influence those around you and hopefully our clients as well too. So
absolutely,
thank you so much for you to bring such a sense of curiosity to your work on a day-to-day basis. Aishani is just one of a handful of incredible folks that we get to work alongside on a day-to-day basis, and we really do believe this is a platform. We believe that the people that that join are able to make such incredible impact, and we're just so fortunate to be able to bring perspective and new voices to you all, our community as well too. Before we leave, Aishani, can we do a quick lightning round?
Fun stuff.
Okay,
yes.
Cool. So the lightning round, I forewarned Aishani, is the one part of this discussion that is, with zero preparation whatsoever. And so these are going to come quick, and your answers can come even quicker. You ready?
Done.
Okay. First and foremost, Aishani, what are you reading, watching, or listening to?
I'm actually reading Creative Calling, which is part of my onboarding kit, and I'm loving that book.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
And that is, tell us a little bit about what you've read.
I'm pretty early into my read at the moment, but I think it's more about creating those outlets for, just nurturing your creativity, and how that actually, all of us have creativity within us, which needs to be nurtured to allow our best selves to really shine.
Love that.
And I'm just like blown by that concept.
Love that. Aishani, when you are at home working and you're at your desk and you have access to a window and you pause from your work and you gaze out the window, what are you thinking about?
Wow. That's a deep question.
Or it could be like, what am I going to eat for dinner tonight?
That's definitely part of what I'm thinking about. But I think I'm always thinking about where I would be, say, in 3 to 5 years from now. And I just love that I don't have a plan. So, I'm quite a daydreamer, and I love to just sit and get lost with my thoughts of what could be possible, where I could be living, what I could be doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds like your curiosity shining through.
Yeah.
What is an ordinary moment in your life that brings you joy?
I think it's my routine of cooking. It's my creative sort of outlet. It's cooking.
What was the last thing you cooked?
What did I make? I actually made a sandwich when I was visiting Boston with my old roommate, and she just loves the sandwiches I make. So,
sometimes it's the little things.
It's the little things, yeah.
Okay, last question. Think about something that you admire about yourself. And I want you to fill in the blank to this sentence. If the world were a lot like Aishani, it would be blank.
I think more resilient.
Ooh.
I think that's what I like about myself.
I love that.
And that's also like a more recent discovery about myself, my resilience.
Wonderful. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Thank you.
Okay. So we are excited to bring you more of the folks that really make Thoughtium a living and breathing platform. Also a broad community, a community that is made of people like you who stop by the feed or tune in at /live. We just get so many great comments from folks that we know and we love and we trust, but also folks that we're meeting for the first time, that this dialogue and this discussion maybe gives them something to think about, or maybe a percent or two improvement in their day-to-day. And so we look forward to bringing you more voices like Aishani's, giving you a little bit more access to our team by way of the work that we love to do and how we love to do it. And we will do this on a week-to-week basis as part of the Navigating Now virtual roundtable series. We'll be back to our regularly scheduled programming next Thursday at 3 o'clock. You can tune in and watch all previous episodes at Thoughtium.com/live. Have a wonderful rest of the week. Aishani, thank you for stepping in.
Thank you so much.
And we will see you all next week. So long.